Hi. Okay, so now we're going to have to start to explore how do we connect with consciousness, that part of consciousness that is us. I think that at first we have to realize really what consciousness is. I mean, we live in and through all dimensions, we live in and through all universes. We are everywhere. We are everywhere. I sense that. I experience that. We are everywhere. And, you've heard of the Akashic Records. We can access the Akashic Records when we get really good at it. Sometimes consciously, sometimes it just kind of comes to us. So, I don't know. I think that what consciousness is an awareness of who you really are and what the essence of that is for us. And what the essence of that is for us has to do with our intention. It has to do with the heart. The heart is the seat of the consciousness. The heart is the seat of the consciousness. There's a meditation called Heartfulness that I highly recommend for people who want to do meditation. And it is, you can look it up online. It is a meditation where you focus on the heart. You bring your awareness to your heart. You sit with your eyes closed, you breathe so that your breath is very slow and calm. You want to reach that still point. The heart center is bigger. It's like a portal. The heart is so important. It is the important part of our physical being that connects us to the universe. It connects us to consciousness. It connects us to the part of consciousness that we want to be sure we connect with. The heart, the love, the highest vibration there is what we want to connect with. So you can do a closed eye meditation. Just breathe, get yourself into that still point area. And just, the idea, of course, is to be aware of when the mind starts to wander. And when that happens, just softly bring your focus and awareness back onto the heart. And it's having a point of focus that allows us to be in control of not allowing our mind to wander and have a lot of different thoughts come into our head, like what we're going to have for dinner or some conversation we had with the person earlier that day, whatever. We don't want any extraneous thoughts coming in. We just want to focus on the heart. Another way to do it, if you don't want to actually do a meditation where, you sit for 20 minutes with your eyes closed and continuously focus on the heart, you can sit with your eyes open and just take in your surroundings. And now it's really especially good to do that in nature or in a garden in your yard or some surrounding where you like the surrounding, where it feels good, where you notice, you want to notice everything about it. So what you do is you just sit. And you just sit and you just feel and admire things around you. You notice things around. Meld. You just want to kind of meld with it, become one with it. with your surroundings, and you can just sit and do that for 5, 10 minutes, whatever, and just be. Just be. You're alive. You're experiencing being a part of everything that's around you. And that kind of makes you want to make your surroundings into a place that you want to be. You fix something up to make it look in a way that you appreciate the way it looks. The first thing you do when you open your eyes in the morning, what is it? I'd like to suggest that the first thing you do when you open your eyes in the morning is smile in wonder, wow, like you just woke up, like you just came into this body for the very first time, into physical being, and you are just suddenly here, and you're like, wow. How am I going to make this day, this gift, something special to me? What is it that I'm going to do with this beautiful day? So being here now, in the now, you are preparing for, you're planning a trip. You're planning a trip 6 months from now. But that's what you're doing in the now. It doesn't mean that, you're skipping this time and going to that place. Of course not. But you do have to make plans, obviously. But being here now, I think more so means you're not dwelling on the past. Does it mean that we shouldn't think about past things that, maybe we could learn from? Well, I suppose we could do that. And that would be in the now. We would be doing that in the now. There's a difference between going over past experiences in order to grow from it and change it. There's a difference between doing that and simply overturning and playing over again and again tapes from the past. There's obviously a big difference between those things. But when we are here now, being here now means our mind's not going off into all tangents of what happened before or what might happen in the future. Usually people project their biggest fears that might happen in the future. What if this? What if that? Oh my God. Those are the kinds of things that you don't want to be cluttering your mind. You don't need them, and they're not serving you, and more than likely they're not going to happen anyway. So, it's just wasted energy, and it's not serving anybody. So what does serve us then? What use of our minds and our thoughts does serve us? Well, it's planning a future that is the future that we want to see happen, and knowing that we can make it happen. Thoughts from the past, that there are a lot of good thoughts from the past, and the ones that we wish we could change, well, in a way we can, because we can evolve from them. Now, what about past lives? You hear about past lives and people doing regressions, and there is quite a bit of evidence that there is such a thing as past lives. However, most most people of late seem to, there's my hair again, seem to agree that past lives happen simultaneously, that it is that consciousness. Again, it is consciousness. It's another, I don't know, kind of a affirmation that consciousness does exist, that these lives are happening simultaneously. But we enter this body with a veil that kind of separates us from those, and probably for good reason. I mean, we were in a physical world here, and if we were inundated with all that information, we'd probably just be we would just be we wouldn't be able to move in any direction because it would be too much information to process. And then how do we process it in any way that makes any real sense to this physical reality that we're in now? So to bridge that is more like kind of going on a journey. I mean, while we're in this physical body, in this physical reality, be here now. This is where we're at. This is what we want to navigate. We are here to learn about that physical reality. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here. So it's that physical reality that we really want to focus on. But to live that physical reality in the best way that we possibly can, we want to serve that physical reality life is in our most well-informed state of being, which would come from the awareness of our consciousness. So it's not that we want to escape this life and this 3D life, this dimension, this physical reality. It's that we want to make it the best experience that we can. We want to make it serve the purpose that we came into it to achieve. And so our consciousness holds that information. It holds the information of what that purpose is, and it holds the information on how to achieve it. So, so we want to have a relationship with our consciousness, with consciousness. And so one of those, we already talked about two ways to do that. You could do closed eye meditation. I would suggest focusing on the heart. I think it's the most powerful thing. What I found for myself by doing that is that things that people might do that might have bothered me in the past, it didn't do it anymore. It kept me in my love. It kept me in my love more and more and more and more and more. And that's what we want to do. We want to be in love. You know that feeling when you fall in love? Nothing matters. Nothing else matters. So they could do anything. Anybody could do anything to you and you wouldn't care because you're in love. Nothing would upset you. You know that feeling? It doesn't last very long, does it? But I think hopefully we've all experienced that at least once in our lives. We can be in love in consciousness. We don't need to be in love with another person. I mean, some people might say that you're in love with yourself. In a way, that's true. You could say that you're in love with everyone. In a way, that is also true at the same time. But it's just being in love. Being in love. That is the place to be. And you know when you are, and you know when you're not. And when do you have your best outcomes? So it's practicing being in love and melding with your surroundings. So my suggestion to everyone is to practice the feeling of being in love. Practice the feeling of being in love. Walk around during the day consciously aware of the fact that you are in love. And see where that takes us. That's all for now. I love you all. I love everything. I'm in love. Give me your comments below. Let me know about your journey. I want to hear about it. Thanks.